What's up, beer people? How y'all doing this week? Oh, we got a special show for you this week. I recorded over at the Copper State Beer Festival. I'm sure all you listeners know. I've heard me talk about it for a couple weeks now. That happened this past Saturday at Riverview Park in Mesa, Arizona. It was the fourth annual. Next year will be the fifth annual. It's getting bigger and better. There was more beer vendors there, more food trucks, about the same amount of market vendors. I was considered a market vendor, so I was there. I had a good time. I had a couple of good neighbors. One was a what do you call it? An AC HVAC company, Semper Fi, and the other one was it was Pet Cares. I think they home deliver dog food. So if you have a little pooch, and then two doors down was an animal rescue shelter, and they had 3 dogs and 2 pigs, and so that was fun. I went over there and scratched them behind the ears and called them good boys or girls depending on their sex. And then there's a lot of other good ones. Next to me, as far as beer vendors go, is Bottle Logic, and then people pouring for Alvarado Street and 450 North. 8-Bit Brewing out of I think Glendale, California was right there next to me. Unfortunately, I did not get out a lot as far as I wanted to, I guess I got out as far as I wanted to because I wanted to stay close to my booth in case people came by, had questions, or, potential interviewees. And plus I wanted to make sure my stuff was in good hands, or at least within sight. It was almost like when your kids at a Chuck E. Cheese or at the park. You always want to be able to see them when your kids are at the park. You let them go run around out in the field, fine. You can see him. As soon as you can't see him, I've been there. Oh, my heart starts racing. Remember one time I took my daughter, we played hide and seek, and she was young, so I always was able to, see a little bit of her, because as sly as they think they are, they're not that great at hiding. This one time though, oh, she scared the shit out of me. I tell you what, it was maybe about like two minutes worth. Like, holy crap, I was like getting worried, getting antsy. But anyway, back to the beer. So I was, within viewing distance of my table at all times. So I didn't get out to experience anything. But at the same time, had I gone out, I would have drank too much, and then I wouldn't have been a good representative of the show at the beer festival. But by all accounts people I've talked to, just amazing time. Much better than last year, people keep saying. And I hope that's true for those of you out there listening that were able to go. Hope you had a great time. I did get a chance to interview 2 festival goers, so that's kind of fun. That'll be coming up later. But first, I talked to John, the social media guru of Saddle Mountain Brewing Company. He and I met a couple weeks ago when I was hanging out with Rachel and Nate. We went over, my friend, Rachel Bierkowski and Nate, the boozy scientist. We went over to Saddle Mountain, and he was there, and Rachel introduced me to him. And then I saw him again at the West Valley Barbecue Festival. And so he agreed to come on the show. He came and we talked. He's a cool fucking dude. Great beer over there and a great atmosphere and good team. I think that's what it shows through, is a good team over there at Saddle Mountain Brewing. So he's up first, and then I should say, because I was the only one there interviewing, Matt. He was a local. To be honest, I forgot. Yeah, I asked him where he's from, and then asked him how he was doing. Pretty much both people I interviewed, I asked them where they're from, how they like in the events. Pretty basic questions. And the other one was Alexis, and her sister was there too. She wasn't really participating, but you might be able to hear her in the background. Because they were kind of talking to each other at some point. I tried to turn up, I forgot if I tried to turn up the microphone that was in front of her sister, but she wasn't part of it, but Alexis was. And it's not hyperbole when I say that I saved the best for last as far as entertainment value, because it was towards the end and they were both in their feels. Anyway, so before I get to the show, let me do the plugs. Follow us on Cold Brew Pot on Instagram and on Untapped Cold Brew Podcast. Remember, we come out every Friday. Social Chromatic. We'll be back next week. So I hope you enjoyed this show that I recorded live. I did record it live at Copper State Beer Festival. Everyone's used to doing this, so I've been doing it for a long time anyway. But how long have you been doing social media for Saddle Mountain?
The social media portion has been the last about 3 years, 4 years.
Okay.
Before that, it was ownership. Laura was doing it all. She was doing, operations, management, busting the tables, social media. She was head honcho, and then when she brought me onto the management team, one of my responsibilities was social media. And who would have known that there's going to be a natural talent for it?
I was going to ask you, was it something that you were always good at, or is something that you kind of discovered about yourself?
So I've always been an artist in general. I've done a lot of murals for different companies in the valley.
Really? Okay.
I did a mural for the W Scottsdale Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
I did about 46 rooms at their hotel. I did a big mural at their hallway. I did a mural for State 48 Brewery, their Scottsdale location when they opened up.
Oh, yeah.
I've done stuff at Saddle. I've designed their labels. And this was all before I was a manager. I was a beer tender. I was just pouring beer and slinging drinks. And
having a good time?
And having fun. And when the opportunity came around, it just came to be, and there was some success.
Yeah.
And I think that was Laura recognized that.
Yeah.
And she took the opportunity the same as I did.
Oh, okay. All right. So, like your own personal, do you have a cool social media account, or you just do basic like everyone else?
No, I don't. Everybody asks me. They're like, what's your social media? And I'm like, I base my social media off my clients. Like, go look at their pages.
Yeah.
And look at the success they're doing. When you have 200,000 views with a page that only has like 5,000 followers, it's a big deal.
Oh yeah.
I recently signed up two other clients this last month. Valley Craft. They are Arizona.
Right next door.
Yeah, right next door. They're Arizona craft beer, wine, and meads and ciders only. Mm-hmm. And they're doing like 30,000 views with their low followers, and just just in a couple weeks. And Bacchus Wine Bar in Goodyear, they're doing a lot of.
Oh, I've heard of them.
Thank you. Awesome. I love that. Yeah, I'm glad you did, because that means I'm doing a good job. Wine bar, local, killing it. I never thought that I would be doing marketing or social media as a career. Nevertheless, my own company representing all these local businesses.
And here you are, right? Killing it.
And here I am. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a compliment.
No,
I appreciate it.
I noticed. I don't know when exactly you took over the Saddle Mountain account.
Yeah.
But I noticed it like in the last few months or maybe a couple of years that I've noticed them more than like before. Before it'd be like, oh yeah, this Saddle Mountain, but now it's like I'm sitting there watching what you guys are doing.
Yeah, it's exciting actually when I hear things like that. One of the more exciting things too is there's a lot of people in our community that I talk to, and they say like, who does the social media over there?
Yeah.
And humbly, obviously, but very it brings a lot of pride to me. I get to say I do.
Yeah.
I was like, that's me. And they're like, what do you mean that's you? Like,
right.
Like all of it? And I'm like, yeah, I do the label designs. I do the social media.
Mm-hmm.
I do the menu design, the marketing, our new logo that we did. Laura asked me, they're like, John, you're not just like my employee. Like, you are Saddle Mountain. You are this entity. And whether, you leave this place one day, you're still going to be, your mark is left.
Yeah.
And it brings a lot of pride, and I'm very blessed to have that.
Yeah, because right now you're the social media face of Saddle Mountain, which is very important this day and age.
Yeah, so I kind of keep my face off of it.
Not your face,
but I am the face of the marketing portion, the events portion. We put on a lot of events.
Yeah.
One of my favorite events is actually it's called the Brews with the Bravest. It's a Goodyear firefighter charity event. Last year we raised a little bit over $5,000 for the firefighters, and this year I'm putting it on. It's March 2nd. And I want to raise around like 10 to 15 grand for them. We closed down our whole parking lot.
Yeah.
We have about 500 people show up. There's a cornhole tournament. There's raffles. There's giveaways. live music. We fly in bands from Nashville, like Luke and Kaylee. They're a Nashville music duo. I have KC and the Moonshine Band coming this year.
That's
like
funny
I got so much live music, so much fun, opportunity, and what I enjoy about it most is we brew a beer with the Goodyear firefighters. It's actually called Thirst Responder. It's an American lager. It's a great name.
Yeah.
And they picked it, and I love it. And we make this can. 20% of the proceeds of the beer go directly to them. And then a big portion of the proceeds from the day of the event goes to them. And we're just looking to make them a lot of money, especially right now with these California fires out.
Yeah.
They're using a lot of Arizona resources. Yeah. And it's going to help out a lot of the community this year.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. When is it?
March 2nd.
March 2nd?
Yeah,
it's coming up.
Yeah, it's March 2nd. It's coming up about a month and a half away.
Yeah.
It's from 1 to like 8 p.m.
Okay.
It's a big, long day of having fun, barbecue, drinking. It's going to be a little bit warmer then, hopefully. Yeah. And we have spring training, too, in our area. Yeah. So the Guardians and the Reds play a mile down the road. It's going to just be a really big day of events and family fun. It's fun for the whole family. And it's spring
training is a big time of the year around here.
It's a huge deal.
What do you guys do for spring training besides the thirst responder?
So we do sell our beer at the ballpark, at the Goodyear ballpark, which is pretty awesome. And for everyone that goes to the game, whether it's at the Goodyear ballpark, Camelback Ranch, whether you're a Dodger fan or a Cubs fan right here in Mesa, you bring your ticket into our brewery all month long, all spring training, you're going to get your first beer for $2.
Oh, so we kind of can't beat that.
You can't beat it. We just exchange that ticket for a beer. Yeah. And it's easy. Can't beat it. So
what if you have a digital ticket?
Digital tickets, we just kind of, it's an honor code.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like, we trust people. Yeah. It's one of those things.
If anything, it brings them in. They're going to buy more than one beer when they come in.
That's not really the way I look at it. I just want to trust my community.
Okay.
And if someone feels the way that, like, hey, you know what, I'm going to use it again, well, that's on them, you know.
Yeah.
Like, no big deal. Well,
all right, yeah.
Take it as it is.
Gotcha. Yeah. Circle back. I was talking about the face of Saddle Mountain. You use a lot of the employees there, like the beer tenders and the servers in your social media. Is that something that they like, or are they like, all right, fine, I'll do it?
Oh, that's so funny because on social media, you see a lot of like reels and videos and clips of, the social media manager walks in the building and everyone turns the other way, right?
Yeah.
What's awesome is for me is actually I've created a dialogue with my team where it's all volunteer.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, do you want to be on this? If you do, tell me, and I will, schedule accordingly. So I have too many people that are signing up, so I have to take turns and who's in the rotation.
Yeah.
And they all want to be a part of it. And if they don't want to be a part of it, I respect it. And I'm like, hey, just so you know, for today, we're going to be recording. You might want to just stand back in the background.
Yeah.
But most of my team, almost 95% of them, they're like, yeah, I want to be on it. Let's do it. You know, and they come to me with a lot of the ideas too. I got to give them credit for that. Is they're like, hey, I thought this was funny. Let's do this. This is my thought.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, write it down, send it to me, and I'll pick a day. We come in and we do this. And that's kind of how it works. So it's pretty cool. I do a lot of my sales guy. I brought him on 10 years ago. He was my best friend. I officiated his wedding. He says this thing to me all the time. He's like, we look really good on social media.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, thank you. And he's like, yeah, but too good. People think we're cooler than we are. And I'm like, yeah, I don't disagree. Because not 90% of what you're seeing online is hype. It's all the hype stuff.
It's curated. Yeah.
It's curated. And when you come in, it's like, it's a great vibe, and it's definitely the energy you came in looking for.
Yeah.
But when you're like watching it, it's like, man, I just want to be at that place, and and those are the employees. I want to be friends with them.
Yeah.
And that's the number one goal, is I want people to see like my team is the best team in Arizona. They're the best team in the West Valley. They're the best. Like, they're killing it. And I'm so proud of them.
Yeah.
And I know like they deserve the recognition on social media. Like, people get excited. They're like, that's my favorite server. That's my favorite bartender. That's my favorite brewer.
Yeah.
And it brings me pride, and it brings ownership pride, and it brings the whole team, together. It's awesome. So,
I mean, you guys have number one award-winning beer. People heard of you guys, and then they come in, and then the food's great. And every time I've been there, the service has been great. So I've always had a different server. So I mean, the vibe there is fucking awesome.
Award-winning beer, great service, and good vibes. That's really what it comes down to. That's what our kind of focus is on.
Yeah.
Who's not going to want to be a repeat guest?
Yeah.
Like, they're going to tell their friends. They're going to tell their family. They're going to tell everybody they know, and they're going to come back.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. And it's even better when you get to know them, know their families and all of that. It's a real blessing in the end.
Yeah.
Of being local.
Yeah. Well, out of all the beers there, which one do you like? Which one do you always get?
So I switch it up every year.
Okay.
I kind of burn out on my taste buds because I drink. So
I get it.
For a while, it was the honey ale, our nitro honey ale. Show Your Stripes, great beer. And then I went to the West Coast IPA Hop Snom.
Yeah.
I could not get enough of that beer.
Yeah.
Right now I'm on the Now What. It's one of our newer beers.
Yeah.
It just won gold at the Arizona Craft Beer Awards
Nice.
for the best American blonde ale. And then just now, recently, like in the last couple of days, I'm on our toasted pecan doppelbock.
Oh yeah, I saw that there.
We have a barrel aged version from last year. We're serving it here at the festival.
Ooh, nice.
And then we have our actual toasted pecan doppelbock on tap at the brewery. It's just a good double German lager, malty, slight bitterness, great nutty profile. I can't get enough. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's just like a clean beer that I love.
That's good that you love your own beer, man.
I do.
It'd suck if you're like, I'm tired of every single one. I'm going to go get something else.
Well, you know what? It happens pretty often. I got a lot, and I'm lucky to have a lot of breweries in Arizona that I like to go to and drink their beer as well. So it's pretty cool.
And plus you're supporting your friends.
Supporting my friends.
Ones, yeah,
it's awesome.
Hey, I had the Now What at the West Valley Barbecue Festival.
You were there?
Yeah.
Did you say hi to me?
Yes.
Oh, man.
I shook your hand.
I was so busy.
I know you were.
I was slammed. I was busy.
I was over, that bar booth that was over there by the bathrooms, the brick bathrooms?
Yes.
By the petting zoo and everything?
Okay.
You were trying to get the clandestine to work because I guess it wasn't working.
Yeah, I think I just gave you one. I was like...
No, the guy in front of me, you gave it to him.
Oh, man. Dang it.
No, it's fine. And I said, what's up? But I know you, dude. I know you, and I even shook hands with Luke, and he was getting pulled like left and right all over the place, too. And
I try to recognize game.
No, that's fine. It seemed like you recognized me when you looked at me. But what I was going to get to was I tried the Now What for the first time when I was there. That was good, man. I was surprised.
Thank you.
Like I got the clandestine the first time because it's award-winning beer and I love that one. Clean, toffee, the caramel type notes to it and everything, but it's clean. It isn't, there's no residual in here.
Yeah.
But then I tried the Now What next because I'm like, I'll try this one. I want to try a different one. I'm like, wow, this is really good, and it went really good with the wood-fired pizza that I had.
Where'd you get the pizza from?
I forgot the name of the place.
Man,
my daughter got it because
I love a good pizza.
She wanted pizza, right?
Yeah.
And so we went around and we found a pizza spot for her. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go stand in Luke's line. And I was standing in that line for like an hour, right?
An hour.
And then
long line.
And they ran out of food too. Yeah. But that's what it is. It's a good problem to have.
Yes.
That means you're doing something right. Yeah. Next year, bring twice as much.
Twice as much, yeah.
But so I was glad that she had a big pizza because she gave me a slice, and that Now What and the pizza went perfect.
Yeah, it's cool to have award-winning beer what's even cooler is I have an award-winning brewer. And
Yeah.
he's a great friend of ours, a friend of mine.
Yeah. What's his name?
Anthony Worthy.
Yeah.
He's, I mean, this guy is, he's the energy. He's the crowd bringer.
Yeah.
And he's a genius. He's the mad genius that we all love.
Yeah.
Great beer. He's proud of what he does. He takes it very seriously.
Mm-hmm.
He's very clean. Spends more time cleaning the brewery than he does making the beer.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
85% of the time he's cleaning.
Yeah, I would say 95% for him, for sure. It's
Yeah.
like a lot of time. He lets me help him out every now and then.
Yeah.
He's got a good partner, Ethan. And then this collab beer that we did with Catalyst.
Yeah.
Will and Alex at Catalyst Brewery, they love the way Anthony brews and they love his personality, and we love those guys. So then
Yeah.
we were like, all right, let's do a beer together. We did our first one. It was a West Coast IPA called Peak Synergy. Sold out 30 days. 15 barrels is insane to go through in 30
Yeah.
days for a microbrewery. And then we have our Mustache Mountain that we're featuring here at the festival, Copper State Beer Festival.
It's excellent. I'm drinking it right now.
Yeah, it's a New Zealand IPA.
Yeah.
Great, used with lager yeast. They did a great job, and it's a killer beer. It's one of the crowd favorites today, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's like sweet. It's tropical.
Very tropical.
Yeah.
Very tropical. Yeah.
So a lot
yeah.
of tropical notes to it. And
Yeah, you smell that tropical, and then you get that citrus bitterness.
Yeah.
Yeah, like almost like biting into a grapefruit peel.
Is it a double or a single?
Single.
Really?
Because
Because
New Zealand IPA. Yeah.
It's kind of sweet, so I would think it is a double,
Yeah,
but
it
it's
does
only a
taste a little
single.
sweet. I think
That's
it's that
nice.
lager yeast that really
Yeah,
attempts
I had no idea it was a lager yeast.
Yeah.
Just all the hops, man. It's a big hop flavor
Yeah,
to it.
Joe actually did the pitch for the yeast.
Okay.
Joe.
Joe Lopez.
Joe Lopez,
Yeah,
director
the-
of Copper State Beer Fest.
Yeah.
He came out, met with us. I mean, we all had a great time at Catalyst.
Yeah, I heard a couple stories. Joe
there's
told me.
Yeah, Joe told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple guys passed out in the hammock. Maybe, maybe some swords came out. I don't know. Yeah, swords. Some music was playing. We were dancing. We were having fun.
So yeah, this is a party beer then.
It's a party beer, yeah.
You guys are having a party
Yeah, we
baking
had-
it. Now
we
we're
had-
having a party drinking it.
That's exactly the vibe we were going for. So Mustache Mountain, New Zealand
Where'd the name
IPA.
come from?
So we named the first one Peak Synergy.
Yeah.
We wanted to name this one after the mountain. So every mountain has a peak, right?
Yeah.
Mustache Mountain, and at the peak of the mountain, you have Peak Synergy. And that's
Okay.
kind of what Saddle Mountain Brewing Company and Catalyst Crafted Ale brings to the table. Hopefully, being a pillar in the beer industry
Yeah.
in Arizona is what we're kind of going for.
Yeah.
And with all the awards and accolades from GABF and the World Beer Cup, local competitions like Arizona Craft Beer Awards from the Arizona Brewers Guild,
Yeah.
and here at Copper State Beer Fest, it's a lot of attention, and we want to make sure that we represent our community very well.
Yeah.
And
I think you guys are doing a great
yeah,
job.
Thank you.
What? I just because of my curiosity, I have no idea. Maybe this is a common story, but Saddle Mountain, where did that come from?
Saddle Mountain came from Laura ownership. Laura
Yeah.
Hansen. Her father was a what's the word? A prospector.
Oh, yeah, prospector. Yeah.
Digging for gold.
Yeah.
And Saddle Mountain is far West Valley, out in the Arlington community.
Mm-hmm.
He never found the gold.
Okay.
So we kind of say like Saddle Mountain Brewing Company is where he was digging for gold.
Yeah.
But he left gold behind.
Okay.
And the brewery is his
Is
gold.
the gold? Okay.
Yeah. So
That's kinda cool.
That's kind of how it came to be. And Laura and she started this brewery from day one. She used to own a town out in Wintersburg, and she's been a businesswoman since day one.
Yeah.
And she's I'm gonna say it, she's a badass woman.
Yeah.
And I love her as my boss. I tell you that right now. I wouldn't pick anybody else.
Yeah.
So,
She sounds
yeah.
less of a boss, but more of a leader then.
she's a leader. She's
Yeah.
a friend. She's a mentor. She's everything.
That's awesome, dude.
Everything in between.
I mean, that's what you want in someone that you're working for, right?
Yeah, it's great, and it's awesome too because, there's all these other local breweries in the area, and I get to introduce her to them, and she helps me work with other breweries and other tap rooms and bars and concepts, and she helps guide me and work with me, and I couldn't ask for a better leader, for sure.
You guys thought about like getting a second spot? It seems like a lot of breweries are doing that nowadays.
Yeah, we are talking about a production brewery.
Oh, okay,
We're hitting our limit here pretty soon. On production in the valley, so we will have to be opening up a second spot.
Okay,
soon.
So nothing solid yet. Just in the beginning stages.
Hopefully we go a little bit further west. Everyone wants us to come east, but it's probably going to be west.
Wow.
Yeah, we will be west side, and
all the way out in Quartzsite.
No, that's pretty far. Yeah, but that would be. I mean, let's say like 50 years from now, maybe. That would be funny.
Yeah, there's not a lot of population out there.
Yeah, that place builds. No, we're thinking like Buckeye.
Okay.
Buckeye area for sure, or even
that place is growing fast.
White Tanks area, Surprise. So one of those two.
I'd love you guys to come up to Surprise. That's where I live.
Oh, you live in Surprise?
Yeah.
No way. Yeah, we're thinking about Surprise. I love Surprise. That new area is great.
That park that you guys had the barbecue festival at. That's a great spot,
Mark Coronado Park is great. Shout out Oso Brewery. They carry our strawberry bitch there.
Oh,
so it's pretty awesome to have our beer in Surprise also.
Yeah.
And then also shout out Hop Fly Brewery out in the Carolinas. They're here at the festival.
Yeah.
I got my first cease and desist from those guys.
Really?
And it was for our beer, Hop Fly, Hazy IPA.
Yeah.
They're here at the fest, and I was like, yo, you guys will not believe this, but I got my first CD from you guys, and I brought you a T-shirt that was, the shirt we had at the time. I want you to go hang it up on your wall at the brewery. Like, thank you guys so much. Like, it really meant a lot to me, and I love your beer. They have a peach ring sour.
Oh man!
I mean, that's one of my favorite beers at the fest so far.
Okay,
so
all right.
That's really good. But yeah, shout out Hop Fly Brewing Company.
Nice. Yeah, I know Will does really good with the seltzers and the sours if he wants to.
Yeah,
he puts his mind to it.
Yeah, Will's doing a saison. Oh, they got a seltzer right now.
Yeah,
they're making Jello shots out of. This is unheard of. This is crazy. This is innovative. This is the next thing in the brew community that we all want. 14% seltzer in a Jello shot. That's amazing. That's delicious. Yeah.
He made a seltzer out of cucumbers, lemon, and salt.
Oh, that sounds good.
Dude, it was... my daughter, she loves cucumber, lemon, and salt. That's her favorite snack. Like, anytime, she's always asking me to make it for her, right? It tastes exactly like that juice that's at the bottom when you're done. Throw a little tahini in there. It's perfect.
you know what? That was one of my favorite snacks, too.
Was it really?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I'm a San Diegan. I'm Mexican.
Oh, okay.
And, that's a go-to. My mom would cut it up when I got home, and that's pretty cool that you do that for your daughter also.
Yep, whatever she wants, What?
Yeah.
And one of these days she might be here.
Oh, that would be cool. How old is she?
She's 13, so it's gonna be a while.
That's gonna be a while.
But she always wants. She's like, "Can I go?" I'm like, "No, you can't, Mija. It's 21 and over."
When she's 19, I'll hire her at the brewery. How about that?
Oh, okay. If she wants, if she wants.
She wants to work. Yeah.
Yeah,
she wants money in her pocket.
Yeah, she wants to go back to California to go to school, to go to college. Though,
are you a Californian too?
Yeah, from San Jose.
Northern California. Okay.
Yeah. Moved out here in 2016.
Oh, okay, that's pretty recent. Yeah.
Yeah, so
nice.
Been here about almost 8 years.
8 years.
July will be 8 years. Yeah.
8 years.
Oh no, July will be 9 years. Holy shit.
Dang. That's a long time.
Time flies, man.
Yeah.
Fucking
blessed to be out here.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, John, hey, thanks for stopping by, man, and talking with me for a while.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and cool. Have fun at the festival, and I hope to see you soon.
All right, enjoy the beer.
Yeah, cheers.
All right.
All right, so, what's your name?
My name's Matt.
Yeah, get a little bit closer,
sorry.
There's a noise gate on these, so if you don't get close enough, you don't really hear it.
Okay, fair enough.
Matt, where are you from, Matt?
So I'm born and raised in Wisconsin.
Okay.
But I moved out here about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So just enjoying the sun and not the snow and the
Of
freezing
course.
rain and everything. Yeah.
That's why a lot of people move down here, right?
Exactly. Like, why would you want to live that life anymore? It's
Have you
not
been?
worth it.
Is this your first time at Copper State?
No, actually, this is my second time.
Okay.
When came last year, it's nice to see that the Midwest is represented this year. Like, I'm really enjoying it. Like, a lot of the great breweries from the Midwest are here. You know, you got Hop Butcher, you got Moore, you got Hubbard's. Like, it's great.
Oh yeah, and yeah, Mortalis, Rare, a bunch of Southern California ones are here now.
Yeah.
Last year it was mostly Arizona and just a few out of states.
There were a couple out of states. I love Bottle Logic. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, same.
450 North. I remember my buddies and driving down there and camping out overnight just to get a couple beers. Like,
Yeah.
it's wonderful. Like, it's a great time, and to be able to drink things that you necessarily won't want to buy a whole can of, but like you can taste things and see what your interests are. It's really a good time.
Yeah, like that Bottle Logic Dark Forces. I don't know if I could finish a whole bottle of that, but I didn't mind having a taste of it.
Man, you know, like the first time I went to Bottle Logic and I was going to Disneyland. I was like, all right, peoples, we gotta go over to Bottle Logic. We got it was a habanero stout, and it was fabulous. Like, I mean, just the observation, the huckleberry over there, like, it's wonderful. Like, you can't beat it.
Yeah. What beers today have you enjoyed?
So we've done a different, like, I've been trying to keep off the sours. I need to watch my weight, you know, too much sugars.
Yeah.
But I've been doing a little bit of the stouts, a little bit of the hazy IPAs, you know.
Yeah.
Trying to get the IBUs down, but overall it's been a good time. Like, I'm really enjoying the festival. I'm really enjoying the new setup. Like, it's a great time.
What'd you think of the little holding area with the welcome beer? Did you like that idea?
Yeah, I mean, to walk in and have a full beer right out the gate. I mean, how can you complain?
Right. Yeah.
There's nothing bad about it. Like, what you gonna do? Like, you're gonna drink it. You're gonna set the palate, and you're gonna go with it.
Yeah, ready to party, right? Any other spots you're gonna hit up before it ends? We got about an hour left.
Yeah, I mean, we hit up a lot of the tap rooms. A lot of the tap rooms have some great beers today. You know, Bottle Shop 48, Chupacabra. Like, we went to Chupacabra, got the Black Tuesday. Like,
oh, nice. Yeah.
You know, to be able to try these beers at, you know, at a price that you don't have to buy the whole bottle. Like, how can you complain? Like,
right.
To be able to try some Weldworks out there too. Like, these are places where you're going to be paying like $6-7 a bottle or $6-7 a can, and you're able to just take a tester and like see what you really enjoy and go out and buy it later. Like, how can you complain?
Yeah, exactly. And every place that is pouring here, or all the vendors that are being poured here, they have distro here, so you should be able to get them.
Yeah, no, like, and that's the thing. Like, I mean, I go around to a bunch of different places. We hit up Trevor's, we hit up, you know, the Total Wines, your little local beer spots, and like, let me tell you, like, coming from the Midwest, like, we have the luxury of like things. We have shelf sitters here, like shelf sitters that you wouldn't see in other states. Yeah, you know, I spent plenty of time like waiting out in line for some Hop Butcher. Like, you can't complain. Like, to be able to get that on the regular.
Oh yeah, the Hop Butcher is one of my favorites, man.
Oh, tell me about it. Like, their hazy IPAs are amazing and
top notch.
Hopefully some year we can get some Northeastern beers, maybe some Vermont beers. Let me tell you, like, they created the New England hazies. Like, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. All right, man. Well, thanks for sitting down.
Right,
go and have a great rest of your festival.
You too.
Thank you. I don't know anything about beer. That's why I have a beer podcast.
Oh, so you're here to learn about beer?
No, I've been doing this for 8 years, so I know a little bit.
You just said I don't know anything about beer.
I was messing with you.
I know a lot about beer.
Yeah? What do you know about beer?
I know about the beers that I like.
That's the most important thing. That's why you're here at a beer festival, to find out what you like, right?
May I give my hot take on beers?
Yes.
My hot take is that if it is thicker than water, it's not a beer. I
finished that stout.
Yeah, exactly.
I had a stout.
Like, look at, like, that is a normal density, but if you're adding, like, crazy words to it and it's super thick, that's not a beer. That's
Okay.
a different drink. And it's also delicious. And I love it, but I don't think it's a beer.
Okay.
And that's my hot
Fair
take.
enough.
And I love them all. Love beers.
Yeah. What's your name?
Alexis.
Alexis. Nice to meet you. I'm
Nice to
Greg.
meet you.
Where are you from, Alexis?
Arizona.
What part?
Oh my God, our old roommate for our Phoenix house is right behind us.
Where in Arizona?
Gilbert.
Oh, okay. All right. So you didn't have to travel too far.
No.
All right.
No.
Is this your first?
We are born and raised in the beer industry.
Oh, yeah? How so?
Our dad worked for Crescent Crown.
Oh, okay. All right. You're the distributor.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not here to talk about Bud products or Michelob products at all. I hate those guys.
Okay. Fair enough. So do we. Drink local.
Drink local.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out to Huss Brewing.
Oh, I love Huss.
Love Huss.
Yeah.
Love Huss. Great. Yeah. Tell them to shoot a commercial right now. This is a good one.
What do you usually drink?
I love a sour.
Okay.
I love a goza. Is that how I pronounce it, Nicole? Yeah.
Yep.
I love a goza. I love a sour. And I love a Mexican lager.
Oh, have you tried the Mexican lager by Bottle Logic?
No, I have not.
It's called Salt and Lime.
I tried. Oh my God. Have you had a Dos Equis salt and lime?
No, I haven't had that one.
Canned Dos Equis salt and lime. You can get it at the Footprint Center if you're ever at a basketball game.
Yeah.
Big tall can, amazing. But I will go try that. I love a salt and lime lager.
Okay.
Love them.
And Bottle Logic is amazing brewery. They're out of Anaheim.
Nice.
So it's not something you can get here usually, but they do distro here sometimes.
Delicious.
Yeah,
okay, I'll have to try it.
I don't know what company they distro with, but I know they distro out here.
And we love Manual Brothers.
Oh, okay, yeah.
New fans.
I just learned about Manual Brothers like maybe a few months ago.
Are you here?
Yeah.
In
yeah.
Arizona? Okay,
I
so
live
you're
in Surprise.
local. Oh, love. Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So I'm way out there.
Yeah, West Side. West Side, absolutely.
West Side Rider.
That's when you gotta throw it up.
Yeah. Can't see you.
West Side.
They just
Broadway, though, West Side.
No,
The West Side
I used to
Story?
do South Side.
South. Oh. Oh, the West Side Story.
Oh.
Yeah. So, have you been to Copper State Beer Festival before? Did you
No,
go
this
last
is my
year?
first time.
Oh, okay. What do you think?
Love it. Love
Yeah.
it. Amazing food trucks, amazing bands, and amazing beer.
Okay, that's awesome. I usually I can't get a lot farther than 100 feet from this table because
But
I want
you have
to.
the dogs next to you, so that's a good time.
Oh yeah, and the piggies. I was here when we all set up, so I was able to go. I had a lot of FaceTime with the dogs.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good. That's a good day, no matter what. Even
Yeah,
if you don't
right.
get to drink a lot of beer, you're gonna be next to the dogs.
I heard a woman walk by. She didn't stop or anything. She was with her boyfriend or husband. She's walked by, and we had just opened like a half hour before, and she's like, "This is the best beer festival ever.
This
There's
was-
puppies and there's earrings."
Absolutely loved the earrings on. They had little red Solo cups with ping pong balls dangling
Oh, okay.
down,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
really
yeah.
cute. No, this was. I've been to festivals, not like beer festivals, but Tempe Beach Park will put on a million festivals, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And they'll just put up booths, and it's not very organized and crappy. But this was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Lovely setting all your beer over here. Walk over there. You have all your food, and you have your bands. Very well organized.
Have you tried the silent disco?
No, we did not try the silent disco. Loved that it was pink themed, but
Okay.
we did not try that out today.
Yeah, I walked by, but I haven't. Like I said, I haven't really ventured
you're
too far.
locked in.
A little
locked
bit,
in.
yeah. I mean, I guess I could, but I always, in the back of my mind, I'm like, oh, my equipment's here. I don't want to go too
Leave
far.
it, yeah. You don't want somebody to sit down and start recording something
And of course, they'd be better than me at it.
or release their manifesto.
Oh, shit.
Kill John Lennon. That's
I
not
just-
what I would say, but somebody might say that.
I just read Catcher in the Rye, too.
Off the record. Off the record. Off the record. The Oklahoma City bomber did nothing wrong, but off the record. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry
thanks
that we
for
just
sitting
sat
down.
down in your chairs.
No. I'm glad you were able to, or I'm glad you were willing to talk with me about beer.
I'll talk about anything.
What was your favorite beer so far?
My hot take is Dos Equis Lager. My favorite beer, without a doubt, is Tripping Animals Mexican lager that they had. What? No mames.
No mames,
No
wait.
mames. And that's a salt and lime vibe. Not called that, but
Okay.
it had the vibe. And it was a delicious Mexican lager. And a fine young fellow named Thomas DeCaro poured that for me. 10 out of 10. Can't beat it. He's got my vote.
Right now, well, you got to go over to Bottle Logic and
All
try
right,
that
I'll try
salt
that
and
one
lime.
too. But I don't think they'll beat Thomas DeCaro. Thank you
All right.
so much.
Cheers.
Holy air.